I'm alive. Oh my god, I'm alive. Anyway, hello anybody watching. It's Jeff. Mr. Blue said he was in the chat earlier, so hello, Mr. Blue with a UA. Oh, we got 3 people watching already. Hello everybody. I am in the last week before Bricks Cascade, and I have I have one pretty much finished module that I'm just going to assemble one last time to make sure everything's okay, but I got to clean all the mess in here first. And then behind it, let's see if I can move this. Behind here are, well, other than my picture, let me move me for a minute. Actually, I'll move me. Oh, I can't move me that way. I'll move me over here and move the camera. Hey, sis. Yvonne, you asked me to do something yesterday, and I totally forgot the Wordle game, and so apologies. I played today, but I can't go back and play yesterday's. So yeah, I'm pretty much on this one. I'm working on these two. I'm building the roof parts. And I've got about 3 days to do it, so I'm starting to stress a little bit, but I think I'm going to be okay. I'll just be basically, whoops, dropped a piece. Basically sitting at this chair for the next, 3 days straight. So yeah, so I'm going to kind of clean this mess out of here, and then I'll assemble this one and go to the next one after that. I'm just going to grab a piece. I'll be right back because I just noticed something was missing and I want to put it in, and I dropped Lego somewhere on the floor. Oh well. I got one here. On the roof, I have a bunch of these. I have a couple of these vents, and I was noticing my roof vent here was missing, so just put that on. Okay. Thanks, Mr. Blue. I appreciate appreciate it. Okay, let me just grab these black pieces out of here and all the other parts. Just doing a quick little sort here by color into a bin that's right below the camera. So sorry for the noise. So okay, some light gray can go in here. I have bins of light gray bits, but I'm just, like I said, I'm just trying to clean this out so that I can get a better sort or a better. And sorry, this bin is literally right beside the microphone, so that's probably why. If it is loud, that's why it's loud. Dark gray, black, blue. Okay, that's good. This is my measuring stick, which is basically just for fitting into my shelf. This is the height I need, so I'm trying to keep it under there. So we'll put this together. So I have my bridge here for the monorail. That'll go in after I get the roof on. I've ripped this roof apart a couple of times. I'm still not quite done for the roof. It's mostly gray tiled, but there's a lot of gray tile missing at the back, and I need to get another big tile in here, and I just didn't grab that yet. But this will technically sit in like this, and I'm just going to rotate it. And what? I've got these Technic pins here along the edges. So if it lines up, I can lock those in. Go to the next one. So this is all so that I can transport this model. I don't like the way that looks over there. Okay. Oh, this is probably because that guy's there. So that one will lock in there. Dropping pieces left, right, and center. And I'll see if I can get this Technic pin in here because I didn't have one here. So I went to take this apart like an hour ago and realized I had somehow fused the two pieces together by accident. So that was fun. Oh, that's why. There, let's pull that pin out. Pop this in. Now I can build this up too. Just notice there's a bit of a gap here. But that locks in. It's not perfect, but it'll work. I have some wires hanging out here for. I have some wires hanging out here for lighting. Because lighting's a thing that we like doing. Okay, so those are all locked in. It's kind of bowing a bit. Like I said, Still working at the bugs. Not sure why. Oh, there. Okay, if I tile that, it'll probably strengthen that area up. Hopefully other people join too. Did my parts come in? No, they have not yet, but I still have about 3 days. So even if the parts come in on Wednesday, like I'm not leaving until Wednesday later in the afternoon. So even if the parts come in Wednesday, I'll just take them with me and do the work there. I don't care. It's literally the parts that I need are, it's hard to see on this one, but there's a couple of black pipes here and on the other side, and there's some more, turn. You can see there's some more black pieces here and here. I ordered a bunch of these in yellow. And they're a rarer part, in that they're from, the 80s. So they are a little harder to acquire. So now I'm going to do this guy, slide this in here, and Technic axle on there, and lift these guys up so I can get in here. Technic axle here. So that's locked in. And Technic axle there. And I should probably pull that down a little bit just so I can get this guy in. I've got Technic axles on all these. Push it up again. There. So this basically floats. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize the camera was. This basically is floating now. There's nothing underneath it. And when the monorail train is completely built, it'll sit on here. It is built. I just don't have the parts. And the clearance is so very close. It's literally like a couple of plates worth of space here, which works out well because that's all I needed. And let me just find the other thing here. I have some life lights here, but I have to find the transformer they plug into, and I got to unplug the battery box from this unit there. Goes in the box. What was on the bottom of this? This guy. Okay. Sorry, I'm a little off camera here because I have this little microcontroller thingy that really isn't a microcontroller. It's just a circuit board that allows power to come in one end and light outputs on the other. So technically, I have to mount this in here still. I have to mount this in somewhere further down, and I need to connect these wires, which I bought extension wires for, so hopefully I have them. Huh. Well, that is a technicality. Sorry, I'm having a blonde moment here. Huh. So I bought a bunch of new extension cords, but they're all the same end, so I don't actually have a way to attach them. Hey, Axle Plate, I see you there. What else is there? I'm kind of trying to look over the module here to see. Axle Plate, Mr. Blue, my sister. Hello. I'm just gonna grab my bin of life lights because I think I bought extensions here a while ago. So I'll be right back. Going to the far ends of the room. Alrighty then. My life light spin is currently not around, so I can't play with the lights. Where did I put it? So let's see if it's here. If not, yes, I'm adding lights. I don't know what the bin is. The whole idea was to add lights. So underneath or in the roof here, I'll angle the camera in a second. Hopefully you can see it. I had to find that container that I have of lights. So right, you can see some white bits right here and here. There's some white shields. Actually, you know what? I can just tilt this. Okay, maybe not so easily. There you go. Whoa! Yeah, there's a monorail on there. There you go, some entertainment. So yeah, there's a couple of lights here. I have the ability to put 8 lights in here, assuming I can find those extension wires. If not, I'm going to be scrambling, but we'll see what happens. Oh, Mr. K. Hello, Davey and Josh.
What up?
What
He's
up?
going to say like and subscribe.
But really?
Yeah.
The 3 people that are on here right now watching us, 4 people that are watching us right now, probably are already subscribed.
Probably.
So, how about like and don't unsubscribe? How about that?
Hi, Mr. Blue. Hi, Axel Plate. Who else is here? Hi, Yvonne.
So
Let me scroll up. Make sure I get everybody.
anyway,
Okay.
I
Good night, everybody.
just came to the realization that the life lights extension cords I bought
Yeah.
don't come with the adapter.
The
The female to, or the male to male adapter to.
oh yeah.
So I think I bought some years ago from Rob. So I'm trying to find my life lights bin of stuff, and I don't know where the heck it is.
You can make your own.
Well, yeah, but I also only have 3 days before I have to leave.
Oh, that's a good point.
So
If you need to stop at my house on the way to wherever you're going, you can pick some up.
well, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to have time. I'll be honest, because I'm going to be coming down Wednesday night after work, staying in the Toronto area.
Right.
But we have the chat that night too. So
That's a good point.
anyway, all right, let's go like this and like this, now like this, and so yeah, I got one module done, other than a couple of tile or some tile work, which I might not have enough tile for. But oh, and I want to do something fancy up here, just on this little edge, because that looks like crap. So, but you know,
I think it looks awesome, but what do I know?
well, thank you, Dave. I can go back in here. So I reworked it. I'm gonna again move the camera, or as far as it can go. I reworked it so that I used to have a curved walkway that kind of curved this way into this area, but now I've created kind of a T walkway. So the walkway will basically come out right to the edge of the view, and I don't know if I can get the angle on it. You can't really see it. I'm trying to see. You can see where the classic space guy is here, that there's, oh, I just killed the camera. Crap. Hold on, I just got to exit StreamYard and go back in. Maybe that'll work. I'll be right back.
Hey, Axel Plate, it was my pleasure. I wanted to see it lit up just as much as everybody else. So it was one of those things I just couldn't wait to see it lit up after we did all that work soldering all the wires and stuff. So it was a lot of fun.
And so much for the camera.
Camera's dead.
Well, I mean, it's still got a light on.
I like how you got you put your camera inside your own little window there. It's not like a separate.
This is OBS. This is OBS Studio.
Okay.
So I actually have 2 inputs here.
So that's pre-StreamYard then. So your StreamYard is taking both inputs.
Well, it's OBS is OBS is a piece of software that you can use to put in graphics or multiple cameras. Like, have you ever seen Jeff's background where it's like his face in a small corner and then a bunch of pictures?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just in OBS.
Sure.
So, but I just lost my build camera again. So anyway, The other thing it allows me to do is things like this, where I can now switch quickly between screens and views. This is not mirrored, or is it? I don't know. Anyway. So, how's it going, Dave?
All is good.
Always good. Always good.
All is
Well,
good.
that is good. Good is good. See, I'd unplug my. I don't know. I don't know how to reset a USB camera. If only I knew someone in IT.
Yeah, but I wouldn't know how to do it either.
What?
Reset a USB camera.
I don't know. We're not
Thanks,
that
Dave.
smart.
Sorry, I'd have to like play with it for a while and see what happens.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna get out of StreamYard for OBS for a minute. That's why there's this. You can still hear me, I think. That's why there's this
I
blue
can hear you.
screen. That's the OBS icon. I can't see because the settings, camera, Lenovo. There we go. That's my dead cat. Oh, this one's
upside
working.
down.
Yeah,
Hey,
but it's
you're in
working.
space.
But it's working. Okay, hold on.
But you're in space. You're upside down.
Yes.
Hey, Josh, Axel Plate wants to know what you thought about the layout in the living room the other week.
It's pretty
It
good.
was okay.
Boy, I'm talking.
Okay, Josh is talking. Go ahead, talk.
It's pretty
Garrett,
good.
man. Oh,
It was way too big though.
Way too big.
way too big.
I don't know how you have that much time.
Yeah, especially with a 12-year-old that has to,
I barely have time and I'm always bored.
I don't even know how to. I don't even understand what the word board means.
I got it working. I don't know what magic I did. Oh, there's my belly.
There's your
That's-
great expensive belly, just like mine.
I don't have one of those.
Not yet.
What do you mean not yet? I'm never gonna have one.
Okay.
Like
But-
$50 on it.
Josh, in the small living room, it's way too big. But I think in a display place, like in a convention, it's the perfect size.
I think it's perfect size.
At least that's what they say.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
you do.
Oh, Dave, I did catch one of your videos, or a few of your videos, that you were setting up XP on an old bucket of bolts.
It's right there. I'm playing with it right now.
Yeah, I heard the noise so as well. Okay, it's still working.
I'm trying to get NQC working on the XP. So I just copied over all my stuff from my old XP machine onto the virtual machine.
Yeah, okay.
So I want to make sure it works.
Gravity problems. It was just this camera. This camera is actually upside down. So it was just in StreamYard. You can also, or in OBS Studio, you can also invert images and flip them and stuff. So it's doing a little bit extra processing, but in the long run, it makes you or allows you to move your cameras differently.
All
Okay,
right.
I have to clean up the floor here. So what are you working on then tonight? You're configuring computers, or
I'm trying to get the Windows XP machine with the. Why did it show up? I just copied everything over.
so. Oh, Dave just disappeared for a second. I'm assuming he'll come back in a minute, but he's still live. Just his camera got disconnected. And for some reason now, StreamYard, the tool we use to do the broadcasts, if a camera disconnects, it doesn't show a not there thing anymore. It just disappears. Or maybe that always did that. I don't know. Anyway. So, oh, here he comes. He's back.
That's not working though.
Oh, you lost your camera.
I accidentally unplugged it, thinking I was unplugging something else.
That's what we call it. You know what we call this, right?
Yeah, error checking
No, great production.
live.
Hey, Ben and Bonnie.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, sorry. I clicked the wrong one. So, just doing the final last few day prep for Brick Cascade. So, so I'm looking forward to. A lot of people going to be there. Going to meet some of the Lego Masters for the first time. And a few of them I already know from our weekly chats, or from like old Gray Bricks chats and stuff. So that'll be fun. Oh, Dave completely disappeared now. Good work, Dave. Quality programming. Thanks, bud. So, and I'm just trying, like I said, trying to tidy up this area so I can build again, because this is just crap from the last 3 days. Wow, we got 8 people watching. Cool. Hello, 8 people. Yeah, sorry. Picking up pieces that dropped. Oh, who's that? Oh, Dave's back. There, Dave's back. Adding to our production quality. Dave. Thank you very much. So, and tomorrow morning I got to run to a place here in Peterborough for Shane. He bought his Facebook Marketplace purchase and asked if I could grab it for him. So,
Okay.
So I'll probably meet Shane on Wednesday too, or at least drive past his house and drop off that package, because he's not in town, but I think he's Uxbridge area, so I mean I can just kind of cut across there to get to Toronto. So I also have a COVID appointment, or a COVID test appointment booked for Wednesday night, just before I leave here, like at 5 o'clock, to get just the PCR test, or the quick test done.
Okay.
So, but I'm still trying to figure out where to go to get it done in Portland when I get there. So, but anyways, like just try to figure out how much information is needed, like for customs and crap. So anyway,
see what happens.
Yeah. So I'm not worried about it. Things have gotten better with restrictions and stuff. So anyway,
it's all good.
Mr. Sincere is in chat.
But he's
Hopefully
not
he'll
in,
join us at some
not
point.
in the show.
Build the Encanto house with an 8-year-old yesterday. Oh, that's awesome. The Encanto house is really hard to find. Dave, I'm not leaving until Wednesday. Today is Sunday. That's 3 days left.
3 days. It's hard to find good help these days.
Yeah, well, you know what it is? In Quebec, math works differently. I'm certain of that. It must. I mean, Dave was only supposed to go to Montreal for one night, and he went for 2 days. Or you went for...
Yeah, I was supposed to be there just on Thursday and home Friday, but I was actually there on Friday too, and then I left at noon, so
yeah,
noon or 1 o'clock.
See, math is horrible there, or at least telling time.
Well, you know, stuff happens. It's IT.
Yeah. 2 days of building. No, 3 days of building. I mean, yes, Wednesday I won't be getting much building done, but I'm going to be waking up early every morning to get building done. And, you know, if it's a quiet work day, bonus. Probably not, though. Anyway. So, but it's getting there. Change the angle for a few minutes while I clean. I still have to pack stuff. Yes, I am. And yeah, I'm flying out on Thursday morning. I'm flying out to Portland. Just because it's a 44-hour drive. So I'm flying to Portland. Years ago, I got a mortgage with Royal Bank, and they had a deal. If you get a mortgage with them, they gave me a $700 gift card for WestJet, and that was like 5 years ago, and I'm finally using it now. So basically, my flight cost me round trip flight with a bag checked is costing me $25.
That's pretty awesome, actually.
It is. Yeah, I mean, when originally I got that gift card, I was pricing things out, and it's like, well, I can never go on a trip with my kids with that, because that's like one plane ticket if I'm lucky. I think with the airport, or the travel situation the way it was, the prices have been really reduced too. So I think it worked in my favor there too. So anyway, I'm mostly tidied up here, so I can start the next section. So yeah. And what's a cool idea? I don't know what a cool idea. But okay. Dave joining us. That's a cool idea. Oh, yay. I found the other tile I needed. I can get that on the roof. All right. So most of those tiles are done. Hey, Dave, don't you do enough of this at work?
Yeah, but this is the fun part. I'm actually, liaising with my Lego stuff, so I don't mind doing tech support for IT,
Yeah,
for Lego.
fair enough. Huh. Fair enough.
And right now I'm trying to get Bricks XCC working
Yeah,
in Windows XP. A virtual Windows XP.
yeah. I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm basically. Dave's right. I'm basically paying for the convention and my hotel. So that works out quite nicely. So yeah, it made the trip worth it. I'm trying to get this camera oriented, and I don't know if I can get any more, but I have like smaller tiles around the edge here. There's 5 in the back and 3 on the sides and 2 on this side. And I'm just realizing that if I do that, I basically have 3. I have 3 on either side, this side and the far side. So that's 6 plus 2 here and another 2 in the middle. So that gives me 10 studs. So I'm probably going to end up taking these panels and shifting them over. So there's just a 1 plate on the edge. So I'll have to do that again, but oh well. No big deal. That's just something I can do while I'm in my spare time, whenever that is. And I'm having problems. Multi-Daves there. You don't need me. What do you mean, multi-Daves? There's one Dave. There's no multi-Daves. We need you, Dave, because we like you. But I understand if you're too, tired or busy or whatever excuse. I mean, whatever the reason. I get it.
It's what happens.
Come on. There, monorail track is in there. And this piece goes here. And that locks in there. So that monorail track is installed now. And I'm gonna have to figure out. I've got two more connection points for bars up here. I have to figure out that because they're going to be at weird angles. Oh, you saw Dave on my screen. Yes, okay, that makes sense. And another Dave on the stream. Fine. Yes, because I went like this, and then I like this. There's Dave and Dave, and there's 2 Jeffs too. So that makes more sense. So, but if you want to join us, you're totally welcome to. If
We're
not,
here.
we understand.
It's all good.
Do we understand? I think we understand. Yeah, whatever. So yeah, I'm enjoying this. I'm glad I almost have it done. Feeling a little bit of pressure, but
Hey, it's not the first time.
No, this is the second time I built this. And I had already built the roof yesterday. I built this first section of roof, and I had to rebuild it today because you know how the lift arms are like on a lift arm, the first hole and the third hole and the 7th hole or 5th and 7th, like they always line up to bricks.
Yeah.
Right? So I had, hold on, just try to find a bracket here to show you. And I need a lift arm. So I had a lift arm like this, and for the roof, I just use a bracket like this, like the L bracket, kind of locked in, right?
Oh.
But I realized after building the entire roof that this bracket was actually on the wrong hole, like this height was the wrong hole. So no plates were resting up against anything. So I have to flip it around this way, like flip it around the other way, so that like this is where a tile would sit, so that there's more support. Because the whole thing was sagging. I'm like, oh, anyway. We don't like things that sag.
No,
Wait, that didn't sound right.
it sounded perfect.
Well, actually, it did sound what I wanted to say, but it sounded humorous. Not that there's anything wrong with things that sag.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Just in Lego, it's not the greatest. So. Oh. Hi, to stream.
Hello.
Oh, an echo going.
We have a massive echo.
Could be me.
Echo.
Test.
Hello.
Okay, that did it.
So we're good?
And then there was like multiple Daves and Jeffs because of the echo.
I love your shirt, David.
Yes.
It's my pew pew shirt.
Pew 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 pew.
Because after a day at a convention, it smells pew pew. No, wait.
I don't have anything on my shirt right now. I'm gonna get my Cricut, maybe put something on here. Danny's buying me these really nice T-shirts, and I like them. They're nice and soft and stretchy because I can get a little more rounded at the middle.
Requiring a little,
That's the pandemic.
That's
we're
the-
all
that's
getting we're all getting the
That's hitting 55 in a couple weeks, and it's just like,
wow, man, you're old.
I was at a party with my family in law, my in-laws, and
it's over.
yesterday, and we're at a restaurant, and one of my wife's aunts told me that I was getting fatter.
So you're getting
We're
fatter.
getting better looking. That's what we're saying.
So yeah. Well, they're Latino, so they're gonna speak their mind.
Oh, that sounds good. That is good. Yeah. So
So Jeff, you're basically done. You have like the roof to put on.
I've got two
That's
more
about
roofs to build, and just a little bit of upper area here, which I couldn't build until I figured out the roof areas. So I've rebuilt this roof. This roof I've rebuilt twice now. Like I was saying, I just had issues where the bracket was the wrong direction, or the spacing didn't quite work. Now I've got it so that the Technic pin actually lines up, or the tile sits right on the brick. You know what I mean? That there's extra support there. Before it was drooping a little bit too much. So yeah. Now that I've got that figured out, these ones should go pretty easily. The only other thing I'm going to figure out is a better way to use the tiles on the top, because
Did you put the lighting in there, or
I have lighting in here, but I've got two lights on this section. Like there's a light here, and it is wired. You can't really see it, but I have a wire on the back. But I bought extension cords from Rob Hendricks from Lifelights, and I realized I didn't buy the adapters to make the cord longer, because there's like a little adapter you have to buy. I'm 99% sure I have them here. I just don't know where I put the bin of my existing Lifelights. So I have to search for that in the next few days too. But I mean, I'm going to wire the whole thing up for lights, and if I can't do it, then at least it's been wired, and I can just do it the next time. I'll order those parts from Rob if I have to. So,
But it looks great, Jeff.
well, thanks. I really like this area here,
Yeah, the panels.
just because it's like the same effect as these guys, but I had to do it smaller, but it looks like an X, and I just really like that. And I've managed to get this to come out quite nicely too, where last time I had a big box kind of built to hide all this.
Yeah.
Come on. And it's a little bit it's a little bit under pressure. Okay, once I get that on, this in here,
Let's miss a few pieces now.
there. So, and then I was saying to Dave, I redid the catwalk over here as well.
It looks gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm liking it. And I really like, I don't know if I can get over here with it.
It looks
showing the
spacey.
camera.
It looks spacey.
Yeah.
Definitely.
This area right here, I don't know if you can see it, but I have these parts coming in yellow. But the piping had to go over this door area, which again, you can't really see. But hold
Let's
on.
turn that down. Let's turn all this off.
Give me a second here. No, that's not it. I'm just going to try and make this area bigger.
Zoom in.
Hold on. There, now you can see it a bit better.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you know what I could do? Let's just do this for a second. So this area here, the door frame was a little too low for, my camera died again. Arg.
Camera.
Damn you,
God,
camera!
Damn you, dummy what the hell.
All right, well, you can see in the picture that there's a black piece over the door.
Yes.
So I made that little arch with the piping, and I think that looks absolutely awesome. Just the way it kind of goes like allows the figs to walk underneath stuff. So anyway, now I've got to figure out this camera issue again. So I will be right back. I'm still here. You'll still hear me. I'm just going to turn off my camera here. If I can figure out how to do it, I'll just cheat and do this. So
Okay.
luckily you can still hear me, as I said. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
9, 10, 11, 12. No, it's not.
Isn't that how we wait for things?
Yeah, but that's from the.
So, Dave, your stay in Quebec was a little longer than expected.
Yeah, so I left Wednesday at just a little after lunch, so I could get to the hotel and be at the office Thursday morning. And it was a phone rollout in Delmar, in Point de Clare, and it didn't go as smoothly as the 8 other locations that I did.
Oh, jeez.
So I worked late on Thursday night, and then I got back to the hotel, and then I went back Friday morning to do the final cleanup, and then I left at noon, 1 o'clock, and got here back in Ontario, back home by 7 p.m. So it was 12 hours of driving, bunch of hours on site, kissing hands, shaking babies, making sure.
What? Kissing babies.
Making sure that everybody's happy, doing the schmoozing, doing the. Dave knows how to do IT things, so
That's not too bad. You're like you didn't have to. At least you didn't. I mean, you were driving at least during work hours for the ride.
and so the 401 is a very, very long road. It's not the longest road in the world, but it's up there. It goes from Windsor. Sorry.
No, go ahead, Dave.
It goes from Windsor to Cornwall, and there's a lot of parts, a lot of sections that are vast, huge kilometers long, that are very, very dangerous to drive in unsettled weather, shall we say. So from London to Windsor, there's always seems to be a lot of accidents, even though the 401 is basically straight as an arrow from London to Windsor. There's no curves, but there seems to be a lot of accidents there. And then from say Bowmanville to Gunanakway or Kingston, because of the lake effect, snow. So I'm scooting on the 401 at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, hitting Gunanakway, and I look across the highway, divided highway, and there's cars not moving going west. And I go past 4 exits on the 401 out there when the exits are 15 kilometers apart. And there's no cars moving at all on the other side of the highway. It turns out that there was probably a whiteout for a second, and a semi-transport truck got cut off, and there's a couple semis busted together. And it was shut down across 4 exits on the 401.
Wow.
And I'm going, I haven't seen anything like that in a while. But for me, I'm going east. I'm going to Laval, Provence, and I put the cruise on 112, and I did not even touch the brake until 40. Until I crossed into Montreal, then I stopped at the first gas station there, which definitely hurt the pocketbook.
Yeah.
And
I had to fill up too today, and wow.
So it was. But I like every job I've had. Full-time IT person. We've had locations in Montreal and Quebec in general. So I've been going to Quebec for 30 years now, and it's one of my favorite trips to do. So I will go ahead.
No, I'm finished.
So I just like going there. So when they said you need to go, sure, sign me up. I'll go to Quebec anytime. It's a little different driving around Montreal than it is driving around Toronto. It's a little different, but a lot more water, a lot more little bridges here and there.
Yeah, definitely.
You definitely need the GPS. So here's me driving in Montreal on Wednesday and Friday, and I was trying to remember back 20 years ago when I didn't have a GPS, how I found anything, because I can't read French, and you got all these exits, and you got the on and off ramps that kind of go into service roads all the time. And you have to make a couple left to get back onto the highways. And I'm going, how did I find anything before a GPS in Montreal?
I don't know. Because all the exits are in French.
and for anybody who comes to Canada and wants to drive in Quebec, you cannot, straight up, you cannot make a right-hand turn on a red light.
In Montreal.
In Montreal. In Montreal.
It's against the law. You cannot make a right-hand turn, even if it's clear. Doesn't matter. Big signs. No right-hand turns on red.
But it's just in Montreal, because in Laval we can actually do that, and all across Quebec we can. But in Montreal, it's not permitted.
My
And
other favorite
they say
thing.
they say they're going to revise that
I would
at some
hope.
point, and they didn't. I don't
Because
know.
I'm just sitting there.
Maybe
I'm just
because
like,
of
there's
the
not a car
pandemic.
coming. There's not a car coming on any direction. I'm sitting there waiting for the light to turn green. I want to make a right-hand turn. But yeah, so two other things. You have to have snow tires in the winter. It is mandated you have snow tires in the
Do
winter.
you,
Yeah.
how if you're
Absolutely
from another
mandated.
province? Like, do you have snow tires, Dave?
Yes. I
Okay,
always
good.
use snow tires. But in Ontario, there's no law requiring you to have snow
Oh.
tires in Ontario.
It's just
You just have to have them all seasons
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Ontario. It's not
Yeah,
mandated.
But I'm assuming traveling into Montreal, like from Toronto or from Ontario, you don't need.
No.
snow-
The Ontario
Yeah.
cars don't need snow tires.
Yeah. Okay.
There was
I
something
never
else.
really thought of that.
Oh, and Quebec vehicles themselves, you buy a vehicle in Quebec, your blinker has to make a very loud sound inside the passenger compartment. So if you buy a Quebec car versus an Ontario car, and you turn your blinkers, it go click, 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 click when you're making it, like when your blinkers on. And I think it's just to tell people to turn them off when they finish their turns. So you don't have.
Well, or they just don't use them. That's why they make them louder.
No.
But
They
it's, it's
well,
mandated. It's a provincial law. You have to have a loud blinker noise in your car
Yeah.
when your
I was just
blinkers
making
are
it funny, but okay.
on. So I love Quebec. I've been there a lot. I don't know. It came in a lot.
and the worst part is that you do have that loud noise, and some cars added that when you leave the blinker on,
Yeah.
it gives you a signal like bing 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 bing. You're like the blinker is still on, so you have two noises to remind you that.
Then you were right. London to Windsor is
Jeff's building because he's going to take that to Seattle. Seattle, Jeff? Portland?
Portland.
Portland.
Portland on the west coast,
West
Yeah.
Coast.
First,
not
well,
Portland in the east coast.
first time in Portland for me, so that'll be fun. So I don't know what's fun and cool there, but we'll figure it out. Yeah. But so how have you been, Mr. Dave, since here?
Well, mostly being occupied with hockey.
Yeah.
So
Welcome
we
to
had
Canada.
we had a practice on Thursday. We had another practice on Friday, and we had another practice on Saturday. And Saturday after that, in the evening, I had my own game,
Okay.
which we won. No, we lost. We lost that one.
Wow.
We
I
lost.
couldn't even remember.
We lost 5-2, but there were 2 goals in an empty net, so we lost.
Oh, okay.
Basically, we lost 3-2. It was a good game. We kind of we didn't play well. We didn't play bad. The other team played better, but
Okay, fair enough.
we had a good performance, and we're missing our best scorer. So
Yeah, okay.
overall, not a bad game. And today I had a game. Jacob had a game, and we actually, since it's the spring break here at least in Laval, we're starting spring break
Yeah.
here. So basically, we were like short of players. So we, instead of having 3 forward lines, we had only 2 lines, and 2 pair of defensemen, and we won. We won 5-0, and the coach wasn't even there. So I was acting as the head coach, and I won my first match as head coach. So
Well, there you go. Good,
and
congratulations.
I asked my son, I asked Jacob after the game, I said, do you think I did a good job as a head coach? He said, you did better than our usual coach.
Nice.
Well, you know what you should do? You should actually put your resume into the Habernols because they're not doing very well right now.
Yeah, you could say you have a win streak. You have like a 100% win streak.
Yeah.
It's honestly odd because I'm watching a lot of Twitter feeds about the Montreal Canadiens because I don't know, I'm not a huge hockey fan, but I follow it, and they're actually talking about bringing some of the girls over from the Olympic hockey team
Yeah,
to
I know.
play for
Well,
Montreal.
that was before they changed head coach. But now with Martin Saint Louis, they're actually on a winning streak. They won six straight. Then they lost against Winnipeg, and then they won 2 again against the Flames in overtime and against the Oilers yesterday. So
Cool.
they're actually on a winning streak. So it's a changed team. Just change the head coach. Give the guy who doesn't have any experience as a head coach. Martin Saint Louis, he actually is I think his experience was like he coached his son's Pee Wee team. So basically, we have a Pee Wee coach, and now we're winning. So, but he was a great player. But so
Yeah.
I think he inspires by his reputation and what he did in the league. So
So I was just thinking that you and that coach are both new to being a head coach. So there you go. You
Yeah.
could try it for his job. Just at least give him a call and say, hey, listen, when he craps out and becomes horrible, like give me a call. I've got a win streak.
it's funny because I actually saw a job posting for the Montreal Canadiens, but in my line of work, and
yeah?
I almost applied for it because that would be like a really cool job.
Well, yeah, I mean, for sure.
You know, I would
Assuming
get
you
to
like
see all
hockey.
the games live, and
Well, like, was it during, like, was the job?
it was actually
work-
for it was actually for handling the Montreal Canadiens website.
Oh, okay. So you wouldn't be
Oh, I
necessarily
mentioned that
working
before.
during-
That's really cool.
Sorry, Dave?
I think Dave mentioned that before. I thought that was really cool.
Oh, okay.
So I almost applied for it, almost, but I didn't.
Well, you know, you should have.
Yeah.
But
But there were like 2 postings. There was this one for the handling the website, and there was another posting for handling all the social media for the Montreal Canadiens. So that would be totally cool too.
Maybe they're in different things.
That's right.
I forgot what
Josh was just mentioning that I kind of sworn I had like a lot more of these big guys, the Technic guys.
Oh, yeah.
I never bought any of these sets new off the shelf, but in the used lots that I bought, I got lots of Technic pieces. I only have 2.5.
2.5.
Yeah, well, I just got this guy out of a lot just like this year, and he's missing a leg.
And I have a random
Well, that's
And I
2 and 3/4.
And I have a random foot. Like, I have a random foot there, so it's like I have a foot here. I
if
kinda
anybody
smile.
can't see the visuals, they're really going to wonder what's how you have just a foot. Anyway, I don't know.
Well, it's just odd. I keep on meaning again. Now that my collection's mostly sorted, they go back and sort it better and go through bins that I haven't looked at in a long time.
I think you need
'Cause
to be
and this is I even lost Rob Hendrick's power supplies that he sent me like a year and a half ago. I forgot that I actually had them. That's going to order more. I was like, dude, clean your room.
Yeah, Dave, clean your room, man.
Clean your room.
Jeez.
But this is what Josh is doing right now. So this is going to be a sideways view.
Oh, playing with the monorail?
No, he's playing with the guys. This is the
Oh, the
monorail.
guys. Sorry, I saw the monorail there.
Yeah,
Are they fighting or
Yeah.
dancing?
he likes wrestling all the time. So it's just,
That's cool.
but if I turn this on,
Is it script wrestling or? Because usually wrestling is script.
No, Dave, wrestling is real. All of it is real. What are you talking about?
so I got the monorail.
The stunts are real, but the match is script. And
No,
I know
no,
because the one of my my mother's cousin was actually a professional wrestler,
Oh, okay.
and one of my friends was also like wrestling on the weekends in like an arena somewhere in Saint Hyacinthe. And one night we went over there and we saw him wrestling, and during the intermission you could actually pay to meet a wrestler, so we paid to meet him, and we got to talk to him on the ring, and we asked him a bunch of questions, like, and I just before he had a match, when he was thrown against like one of these crowd barriers, in metal, and he had the mark of the barrier on his back, and I said,
Oh, Jesus.
did it hurt when he threw you, when he threw you against that rail? He said everything hurts. He said everything hurts, but it's a matter of how you're falling and how you're handling things, and we were actually on the ring, and yes, it's a mat, but it's like an inch thick. It's and underneath that it's like plywood. So when they're slamming the guy on the mat of the ring, it actually hurts them.
Yeah, I would assume
These guys are, there's no question in my mind that these guys are athletes. They are athletes, but they're professional. They're not fighting like for real. Everything is script and the end is already known, but these guys are athletes, no doubt in my mind. And it's fun to watch.
Yes, it is.
But I think it was I'm gonna sound like an old guy here, but it was better. It was better when I was young, with like at the time when the
Hulk Hogan was there.
Hulk Hogan and Macho Man and Andre the Giant, and I was looking at the series Young Rock with Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah, but he had a series out that was like his childhood and we were we kind of get a glimpse of how wrestling was back before the WWF or WWE took over everything, and we see that he actually met a lot of the old wrestlers that made the WWF what it is today, like Andre the Giant and Macho Man, and it's kind of cool to see them off the ring and in their everyday life, and it just confirms, because like I said, my mom's cousin was actually a professional wrestler, and he was in real life he was the nicest guy, apparently. The nicest guy, but when he went in the ring, he was actually a bad guy.
Okay,
so that's what they are. John Cena.
And my aunt was telling me that one night he invited her to be on ringside with him, and like I said, he was the nicest guy outside of the ring. And they were about to go in, and he told my aunt, "Okay, now I'm gonna be really, really bad to you, and really, but don't freak out. It's just an act." So they go in the arena, and he's pushing her like, "Away! I'm out! Get away, you woman!" And he's pushing her to the ring. So he's playing the bad guy all the way. And I actually met him. Like a few years back. Well, yeah, a few years back when my grandma died. He was there at the funeral, and I look at him, and I'm actually taller and bigger than him today. So I'm saying, hey, I could be a wrestler. But
I could maybe be a sumo wrestler. Okay, maybe not.
Yeah, but no, I don't think I could be a wrestler. But it was funny to see me taller and bigger than him. because I actually saw him on the TV a few times wrestling, and he looked like a real big guy and a real tall guy, and I'm actually taller than him. So
Well, I mean, there's a lot of actors that look a lot taller until you see them in real life, and then they're
Tom
you realize-
Cruise.
Yeah, Tom Cruise. You realize they're actually really short, and they're just, they.
well,
they get the camera-
it's the same thing for all athletes. I met a few professional hockey players that if you look at their like their the fact sheet, or they say it's 6'2" or 6'4", and they're not 6 foot. It's 6'2" with their ice skates on, because
Yeah.
I actually met a few guys and I was looking them in the eyes. So and I'm 6 foot. So
Sylvester Stallone is really short too. Apparently.
Yeah.
I did not know that one. And
yeah,
apparently,
he's really short.
so Mr. Blue saying he weighs more than you two do. Yeah.
You could be surprised.
Oh, jeez. I'm starting to run out of steam tonight. But-
Well, you're pretty there,
And
Jeff.
you gotta go.
Well, yeah, I mean, I got a little bit more of the roof line here finished, and I put the life lights brick in the back here, so I can wire everything in once I find those adapters, which is going to bug me now for the next few days. I know exactly what container they're in. They're just the container isn't where it's supposed to be, so I'll have to find it. And I have a few ideas of where it could be in this mess of a room. So, but I don't know. You guys want to call it a night?
I think we can do that.
It's been an hour, almost
Yeah,
an hour.
Why not? Why don't we call it a night? And Sunday night, after all, it's a school night. Oh well, I guess it's not a school night in Quebec.
No, in Laval, because
No, Oh.
Montreal and the South Shore actually had their spring break this week, the week that's just ended. So
okay, because I know my niece is up in northern Quebec, and she's on March break this week too. She's teaching.
yeah, there's kind of like this. It's
stagger?
spread out between 3 weeks, so it depends on where you are in Quebec. So
Oh, okay. Okay. Axel, I did not get the new astronauts already. I just placed the order last week, so I don't expect to see them for a month or two.
my February 8th bricks and pieces order is still like in warehouse. So.
Yeah.
Why are they so heavy?
Spring break, you mean carnival break?
Does it matter?
Yeah, same idea. Spring break, March break. Every place calls it something different, but it's pretty much the same thing, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, maybe we'll call it a night then, and we'll be back on Wednesday.
We'll wrap around on Wednesday.
I
The
will
topic is how awesome Jeff is. I think it's a good topic.
Should be how awesome.
no, the topic will be: does Jeff get to?
Seattle, Portland.
It's important. No, I mean, no. I'm gonna be remote, where I'll be. I won't be home when I'm broadcasting, so hopefully I get everything set up okay and I'm able to connect. But I'll set up the meeting, I'll set up the show anyhow. Worst case scenario. So, but I should be online. I don't see why I wouldn't.
Or it will be the Dave show
Or it'll be the.
once again.
Yeah, but last time we had complaints. No, I'm just joking.
We lost viewers.
I might do a little. I don't know how much this thing.
Jeff
weighs.
lost subscribers last time.
Subscribers.
I lost a subscriber. Yes, because we only had one.
Unlike and unsubscribe.
No problem, Mr. Axel. Yeah, I don't know how much this thing weighs either, so I might do if I have time, I might do a quick video about how I'm packing this to go. The teardown or whatever. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But anyways, have a good night, guys, and we will see you guys on Wednesday. And there won't be a show next Sunday because I will be. It'll be like 5 p.m. No, it'll be 6 p.m. Seattle. No, 5 p.m. in Seattle, which will still be taking down the show. So I won't be setting up a show. If Dave or if either of the Daves want to jump into my StreamYard and create a chat, go for it. Or if you want one, I can create one. I just won't be attending it most likely. So we'll figure that out. But anyways, we'll talk to you guys later. Hitting the buttons. So have a good one.
Bye, everybody.
See you guys next.